Welcome to V.M.O Radio, where we talk that talk and, of course, have dope conversations with the four horsemen James, GT, Trey, and Don Grizzle. So come on in and join the conversation. Let's go.
Yeah,
There go Don, all right?
The Grizzle has returned.
in the building. What's happening, GT and JC James Calhoun?
Oh, yeah.
And you know it.
You know this, man.
How you been doing, man? How you been?
Oh yeah, man. Life is good, man. Life is good, man. How about y'all, man? Catching up with y'all.
Well, it look like we might be the three caballeros tonight because Trey, he celebrating his birthday tonight.
Oh, is it? It's his birthday?
Yep.
What's up, man? Shout out to Trey, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Birthday.
And I forgot about it till Stephanie said she saw it on Facebook. She was like, "It's Trinell's birthday." I was like, "Oh, it is." So let me call him. I called him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I sent him a message, and yeah, I ain't know. Got you, man. But been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be just us three representing tonight.
Caballero.
There it is. Hey, that's fine. All right, cool. I mean, I got three topics. Just something simple. I wanted to change it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all got some topics y'all want to throw in there, just let me know.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I got a good topic that we was talking about yesterday at the cigar lounge.
Okay.
So, if you had the choice of choosing between if your wife was drowning and your kids was drowning, who would you save first?
Mm.
Or a husband? If it was the wife, and would she save her husband first or would she save her kids first?
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot.
I said, I'm gonna have to write that one down. We're gonna have to talk about that in my podcast.
Yes, sir.
Because that became a real deep conversation last night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can see how that would, man. I mean, wow.
Because for one, I had one guy was saying, well, he would save his wife. And I like, okay, so you let your kids drown. He was like, we can make more kids. And I was like, but what if she can't?
Mm. Facts.
Woo.
Facts. Okay. We can start with that one if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So you said, what if your wife and your kids was drowning? Who would you save first?
Right. Or if not kids or plural, but what if it was just like your wife and one child? So, I made the reference of I have a 12-year-old daughter. Even though she can swim, but that's kind of hard because I'm engaged, so my fiance can't swim. So
Oh,
that would be a tough decision. But that is my baby. That's a part of me, and she hasn't lived her life. She's,
very true.
so that's a tough decision that some people have to make, depending on how long you and your spouse been together or your significant other been together, how old your child may be. And my thing is this: if I could save both of them at the same time, I would. I have to do something, throw my daughter on my back, and then try to save my fiance at the same time. But then all three of us might drown. So you got to make a choice.
I hear you.
Because if you
Okay.
save your spouse but you don't save your child, then you got to live with that guilt for the rest of your life. That now your child ain't here because you chose not to save them.
Very true. Very true.
But then if you save, and even with that, I know some people will be like, okay, well, I saved my spouse, but now you got to live with the guilt of them resenting you because now their child gone.
Mm.
You didn't save their child.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that could cause you to go insane because now you living with that guilt of I didn't save my child, and now my significant other or my spouse won't even talk to me because she's blaming me for allowing our child to drown.
That's right. Constant reminding you every single day. Yeah.
So what would you do in that scenario? You got six of them.
Well, first, I got five of
Or five of them. I
them.
don't know why I keep wanting to put that number six on there.
I know you do, man. A lot of people too, man. I'm like, nah, man.
Six just sound like a good number.
But okay, all right, man. Well, since you said just one, I'm gonna say one.
Your youngest.
Oh,
Woo.
you can't say that. I want my.
The youngest.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right, so my youngest. All right, gotcha. Okay. All right, so in that situation, because all my kids can swim. All right, all my kids can swim. I'm gonna say that first off. So I would say my wife, make sure that she's not drowning. Then I would say the child. So in a sense, ain't nobody gonna die.
But that's not that's not the question, man.
You never know. You could be on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean and that current might carry your child off and water get in their lungs and now they panicking because you know that's when you drown when you panic.
That's very true. That's very true. Ah, man. You know what? In that situation, I would probably say my kid. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, cause my wife, she would constantly remind me. She would resent me for letting her kid die.
Mm.
She would say, "You know, I would have said save the child and let me go."
Yeah. But you know, I had to reference back to our robot with Will Smith. Remember in the beginning of the movie, and they asked him what
Mm-hmm.
happened. He was like he was drowning, and the robot chose to save him over the child that was in the next car. He was like, "Save the child," but the
Mm-hmm.
robot computed that the chances of that child's survival would be slim. And since you're older, you could probably hold your breath longer. It would be more feasible to save you. So that's why they say Will Smith in the movie Our Robot versus the Child. And that's why he had resentment towards them robots.
Mm.
Mm, okay, okay. And that is true. That is true. I mean, and it led him down a dark path. All jokes aside, but yeah, I mean that would be my choice. So I had to save my kid, even though I would be hurt because my wife is gone. But I want my child to have a life too, and I can't have that constant reminder of, oh, I'm glad you saved my life, but you let my kid die. I hate you for that. I resent you for that.
But
So
then you might have to look at it on the opposite end. Now your child's mother's gone, so now they're resenting you because now you let their mama die. So either way you look at it, you're screwed. You can't win. That's a non-win situation.
that's true. That's true. I think I'd be able to deal with him more with the child than with my wife.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw it to Don now, man. He's smiling like he ready to talk. So I'm
No, I mean, I was letting y'all go because like the brother GT said. I mean, it's not. It's there's no win in that situation. No matter how you look at it, unless you make the attempt like you was trying to do, James, and alter the question and say, you know what, I would much rather, because my wife was a swimmer, a competing swimmer, so I would much rather her try to save the child and you know and me and them
Mhm.
be together. I swear I would try to alter it that way, but if we just really sticking to it, I think where you got to go either or. Um, I think like the man alluded to, and don't get me wrong, children are precious, and it's a gift and a blessing to probably to have them respectfully,
Mhm.
but kind of like what the man was thinking. I think we can make another baby. You know what I'm saying? And not that the babies are just tossaways like that, but it's a very deep question because, and not that this, this makes it right or makes the decision right, but it does make me kind of ponder, those people that have to, go through stillborn deaths or, carriage deaths. You know what I'm saying? Where they lose a child real early. You know what I mean? Because I mean, the loss of a loved one is nowhere. It's no easy. That's what I'm saying. I started with there's no win, but I would liken probably the mentality of that me and my wife would would look at, and of course always remembering their memory and keeping the legacy of the child together, but would probably look at it like that. You know what I mean? That like if it was a stillborn death or a carriage death or something like that. That's the way I think I would probably try to approach it.
Okay, but did you answer the question, sir?
Yeah,
Which one would you say?
that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. I would. We can make more babies.
Okay,
So
okay.
I
So
would
you would
choose
save
my
the
wife,
wife.
and yeah, me and my wife would be able to, probably get through it mentally, like a person would that experienced a child, dying at a very young age or something like that. You know what I mean, like a stillborn death or a
Mhm.
death. So yeah, I would choose my wife.
What if she shut you off though because you chose her?
Well, I think you know what I'm saying. In that regard, you know, she gonna get over it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the
That's easy for you to say, but she carried that child for 9 months, birthed that child, raised that child. What if that child was like 5 or 6 years old?
100,
Hmm.
and that's what I'm saying. Again, what you're doing is making the argument or the case that there's no easy out in this. so, so,
Yeah.
therefore we know that. But in my opinion, her being much more of an adult and have lived, she would understand how, life would have to carry on because life does go on, regardless how you feel about it, regardless of the things that you may experience or this, that, and the third, it goes on. And, if she felt that way, like just let me know that while I'm saving you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
that also changes. If she like, look, nah, you know what I mean? Go save the baby, kind of like, what y'all spoke about earlier. I done lived my life. The baby ain't lived their life. So get a baby a chance to be in the world. Okay. Then if that's what you know what I'm saying? As long as I know what she wants. So it's got to be some kind of conference, whether it's 2 minutes, a minute, or something, that we discuss it. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
it's in the framework of, they separate and you got to go to one or the other and ain't no time. That's probably a little bit, different in circumstance.
Mm.
You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
like if we're close together and I can get the one, I can get the other, but I'm closer to my wife. Like, hey, what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm gonna confer. You know what I mean? Like, and if she expressed that to me, like, I will resent you for the rest of our lives if you don't go save the baby. Okay, last kiss, hug, peace. I'm gonna get the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but if she like,
Mm.
yeah, she give me any of that, then you know what I mean. Then it's a little different. But yeah,
I got you. I got you.
yeah,
That's my wife all day. She yelling at me, go say the baby. I'm good. Go say the baby. Even if she knows she about to drown, I love you. They kiss. We gonna have the interaction too. Go say the baby. She will punch me or kick me away from her to save the baby. Cause that's just who she is.
right.
So
I'd be like, hold your breath and float on your back. I'm going to get the kid.
yeah, I'm serious. But yeah.
Now, welcome to F Around and Find Out. We're gonna just dive right into it. And after that, this administration believes that if you are 8 years old, that's right, just 8 years old, that you can go out and just fend for yourself. I mean, hey, just go out there and get a job and support the family, right? They are trying their best to lower the age of dependency from 18 to 7 years old. And I'm just guessing, why are they trying to do that? Oh, yeah, so parents like you and me cannot claim their children on their taxes anymore. Mm-mm-mm. And after that, this administration is also trying to destroy Medicaid, trying to destroy Medicare, and of course, SNAP. By cutting all those programs, it's going to be a whopping total of $1.2 trillion that's getting cut from all of those programs and going to destroy millions of Americans' lives. But I guess that's what we voted for, right? I know I didn't. On this big, beautiful bill. And after that, this administration is also focusing on getting some tax breaks. That's right, tax breaks. But only to businesses that own tanning beds. That's right, you heard me, tanning beds. I wonder why that's so important. Makes you want to think, right? So, let me get this right. You can get a tax break for owning a tanning bed, but if you need a hospital bed, I guess you're just out of luck. Hello and thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode. That's right. Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. Also, this is V.M.O. Radio. Remember, V.M.O. stands for Voicing My Opinion. That's right. And that's what James, Trey, GT, and Don Grizzle will be doing every single week. Yes, you can listen to us on all streaming platforms. You can also connect with us on YouTube and IG at V.M.O. Radio. That's right. V.M.O. Radio.